and welcome to the trailer episode of a new podcast, Snow Country for Old Men, a podcast about life in Japan's legendary Yukiguni. My name is Peter, the host of the podcast. I'm a freelance writer and guide based in Nagano, Japan, and I'm excited to be launching this new podcast to talk about everything Snow Country, with the first episode set to be available on Friday, the 31st of March. So what's it all about and who's it for? Well, firstly, Snow Country, or in Japanese, Yukiguni, is a common term used for the regions and areas known for their heavy snowfall of winter. More or less, this refers to the prefectures along the central and north coast, along the Sea of Japan, and inland around the North Alps and some other areas. For international visitors, this area is certainly best known for its many fantastic ski resorts, and we'll definitely be talking skiing and snowboarding on this podcast. But for my mind, the Snow Country is so much more. Best known for its winter, it is, in truth, a place of four seasons, with spring, summer, and autumn offering just as much as the winter, and in so many ways, it's a world away from the cities of Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. On the podcast, you can expect stories about life in the snow, mountains, villages, traditions and myths, old ways and new. We'll talk about skiing and snowboarding, national parks, buying old houses, fixing old houses, little white trucks, festivals, artisans, breweries and distilleries, hot springs, food, travel, and a whole lot more. Stories told by the people who live here. But the question is it just a podcast for old men? Well, yes, in the sense that I'm an old man. I've got a big old beard, regularly seen in a cardigan. I drink dark beer. I drink warm sake. I like to eat dried squid while I drink them. I'm terrible with technology, seriously bad. In many ways, I'm the last person who should be starting a podcast, so bear with me in that regard. But that's me. Basically, it's a podcast for anyone old enough to think that escaping modern life to live or travel in the Snow Country is a good idea. Or maybe you just need some audio escapism and to be transported to Japan. If that's you, then I hope you get something from it. And I think you'll find that a lot of stories that you hear will appeal to the old soul in all of us. In terms of those stories, you'll be hearing from diverse voices, including young and old, women and men, Japanese and foreigners, all carving out lives in the Snow Country. Snow Country for Old Men is available through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and more, with the first episode available on Friday, the 31st of March. And to celebrate the launch of the podcast, I'll be uploading multiple episodes over that weekend to give you a sense of what to expect from the podcast before we move to our regular bi-weekly schedule. Be sure to check out the website, www.snowcountryforoldmen.com, or look us up on Instagram at Snow Country for Old Men, Twitter at Snow Country Pod, or Facebook Snow Country for Old Men. Be sure to follow us and subscribe to the podcast. Bye for now, and talk again on March 31st with episode 1 of Snow Country for Old Men, a podcast all about life in Japan's legendary Yukiguni. See you then.